What is going on, everyone? Chris here, bringing you another video, and today again we're going to talk about Mustangs. Why else? Because we're on a Mustang channel, and if you're new to the channel, my name's Chris, and well, welcome to the channel. So today I wanted to talk about something that, you know, a lot of people always give these advice videos on and say buyer's guide to this, buyer's guide to that, you know, the top 5 reasons you should check this out before you buy this, or, you know, overlook this before you buy this car. So today I'm going to give you a couple tips. I'm going to try to come up with maybe like 4 or 5, but I think on that note, I'm going to try to give you guys the best either 3 to 5 reasons on what you should look for when buying a Mustang GT. Now, not just any Mustang. If you guys are in the market for the new Edge, or even just the 94 to 04 range. Now, this would kind of go for any various year Mustang, but we're going to focus on the 94 to 04 range because, well, this is what the channel's kind of more or less based around. So, we are off, and we're going to go run some errands, and while I drive, I'm going to talk. And today is the buyer's guide on what to look for when buying a 94 to 04 Mustang GT. And I don't mean stock, I mean aftermarket. And what I mean by aftermarket is the things that are done to the car. In your right mind, it is going to be hard as hell to find a bone stock 94 to 04 Mustang that hasn't had something done to it, you know, hasn't been lowered, hasn't had wheels altered, or hasn't had a quarter intake put on it. It's like trying to find a 03 or 04 Cobra or maybe Mach 1 that hasn't been raked already. I mean, really, come on, guys. The fact of trying to find a bone stock car nowadays, especially this year, is, you know, ridiculously hard. So the first thing you should definitely look for is when you go to look at the car. Now, depending on the mileage of the car or whatever, you know, some cars are actually pretty clean for what their year is. I would definitely start looking from, I would overlook the under the hood and under the car, because you first want to see, you know, if there's any leaks at all. I would give it a test drive and then come back, let the car sit for a little, you know, a couple minutes, let the car at least warm up or something along those lines, and see if there's any oil leaks or the transmission's leaking or any of those above. And I would check, you know, under the hood to see, you know, what has been altered and what hasn't. I've come across plenty of posts where, you know, people are like, well, I had a BBK throttle body and a colder intake and some other form of crap or something. So you always want to overlook your stuff before you buy. It's installed, you know, or installed correctly. Not that it's that hard, but when people start modding cars like that, they tend to drive the crap out of them. I mean, a dog and stuff like that, especially if you get, you know, a young kid or something and his parents, you know, bought him the car and he's, you know, working at 7-Eleven or Taco Bell, you know, late at night saving up that $200 paycheck for a, you know, American Muscle colder intake and a BBK throttle body, 75mm, because he doesn't need that. I don't know why everyone does that for an NA car, but, you know, you just kind of, after they add those mods, they just kind of tend to think, you know, I mean, I was young at one, you know, I was at age once, and, you know, you think after that you gain like 200 horsepower. Not the case. So always make sure to overlook anything that, you know, after dogging the shit out of it or something like that, that there's nothing leaking, or, you know, that it was installed correctly and stuff like that. And also on that, I would definitely get a list or something done to the car, motor-wise or something. Even make sure that there was no Pro Charger or something on the car either, because I've seen a lot of people do that. I've seen some cases where, you know, someone had a Pro Charger on it, and then that person bought the car, and the motor blows up a month later because, you know, they're dogging the hell out of it, and then, you know, they're just driving along, they just couldn't take it no more. So the second thing is always check suspension, and that means tire wear to everything, because anyone can say, oh, this car has had alignment, but when it comes down to it, you know, in an ad, someone can say, well, I just put brakes on this car like two days ago, and the brakes look like they were done 6 months ago or 2 years ago. So always check that, and especially with suspension, because when you lower a car, you always need to upgrade. In my mind, you need to upgrade the shocks and struts and all that jazz. A lot of people don't, so it tends to wear out the stock parts faster, and then you're stuck with buying a car that's been lowered that you're stuck spending money fixing the suspension problems that they could have fixed or should have fixed while going there to tackle and lowering the car. So a lot of the times you definitely just want to check over the suspension, make sure, you know, ball joints aren't bad, and tie rods aren't bad, and stuff like that. Because, you know, like I have, my car, suspension-wise, is probably, there's nothing factory on it besides maybe the steering rack. So, always ever check that. Check your fluids for your power steering and stuff like that. And the third thing is that I would definitely check the rear end. When you start to do both and mess around with that, some people will tend to take their car to the track, see if the differential will have a tag on it to let you know if it's been opened or not. That way, if gears have been replaced or if it's even the original rear end or differential. So that is always a good way to check. Make sure it's not leaking or anything. Ask them when the last time that they had the rear end serviced, and even ask them what gears are in it. If they don't know, then it's most likely hasn't been touched. Mine was, when I bought my car, the owner of it didn't know anything about it. He just had a piece of paper that said, that was signed off, that this guy had changed the fluid and said there was 355 gears in this. But when I took it out to do the coyote swap and fix the rear end, there was 373 gears in it. So there you go. The guy didn't know crap about, you know, what was actually in there, and I guess he miscounted the teeth on the gear, and it's not that hard. It actually says it on there, you know, 373, not 355. I guess he just couldn't read the math, but or whatever. But so always check that too. And the fourth thing to always check is, guys, it's common sense. Always check it. You can even check it by getting a Carfax or just checking over the body. If you're pretty well with cars, well known, if you know enough about cars and check whether the car has been in an accident or not, different paint, you'll be able to tell, or the body lines don't match up on one side of the hood but it does on the other. Guys, that's probably the most important to check, because you do not want to buy a car that was half-assed repaired or that was hit in the back and demolished. You know, they're hiding something. You just don't want to do that. You're at that point, you're wasting your time unless, you know, whoever fixed it did actually a good job fixing it or something. So always check that. And the fifth one, the best fifth tip I can give you when checking out a 94 to 04 Mustang that has been altered and that is not stock, is always check the transmission. If it's an automatic, check it, see if it's slipping, drive it, see how it feels. You know, some cars have different shift points set for this. I have a tuner in my car, but my car is a manual, so just see how it feels driving it as an automatic. And if I was saying, guys, if it's a manual transmission, make sure to check the clutch. See if there's any chatter from the flywheel, see how the clutch feels, ask if it's even a stock clutch. You know, people replace them with different clutches or something like that, but if it's a stock clutch, ask them how long it's been in there. Maybe it's been replaced before with an AutoZone one or something like that, so who knows. But those are some tips or guidelines that you want to follow when purchasing a 94 to 04 Mustang, because you never know how old these cars are, what they've been through, you know, what someone has done to them, taken off. It could be anything that I named. So you just want to be careful before dropping your money on a car. And that goes for any car, but that's just kind of for the 94 to 04. So I hope this video helps. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Make sure to subscribe for future content on Mustangs and everything else that has been on this channel and that's going to come to this channel. Stay awesome, and I will catch you guys later. Have a good one.